What happens when you take a 710 horsepower engine designed for drag strips and stuff it into a 3-row family SUV? You get something that shouldn't exist. An SUV that can embarrass Ferraris at red lights while hauling 7 people and their groceries. Today, we're counting down the fastest accelerating SUVs on the planet. Machines that defy physics and common sense in equal measure. These aren't just fast cars. They're family haulers that happen to be faster than most supercars, and the numbers will absolutely blow your mind. But before we get started, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for more exciting stuff. Number 12, 2025 Dodge Durango SRT Hellcat. The 2025 Dodge Durango SRT Hellcat doesn't ease into the road, it attacks it. A supercharged 6.2-liter Hemi V8 rests under the hood, unleashing a staggering 710 horsepower and 645 pound-feet of torque through an 8-speed torque-flight transmission. With full-time all-wheel drive clawing for grip, this 3-row SUV storms from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 3.5 seconds, embarrassing sports cars that weigh half as much. The secret weapon is a 2.4-liter twin-screw supercharger spinning at 14,600 RPM, shoving 11 psi into forged pistons without hesitation. There's no waiting, no delay, just violent, instant thrust the moment the throttle drops. A reinforced drive shaft and electronically controlled rear differential keep power flowing rearward until grip gives way, while massive 305-section Pirelli Scorpion Zeros and adaptive Bilstein dampers hold its 5,300-pound frame steady. Launch control and brake-based torque assist make sure every run feels like a perfect one. And this isn't just about speed. With an 8,700-pound towing capacity, the Durango Hellcat doubles as both a workhorse and a thrill ride. It rips through the quarter mile in 11.5 seconds, faster than most podcasts can get past their introductions. Inside, sepia leather, a flat-bottom steering wheel, and a 10.1-inch Uconnect 5 system surround the driver with gauges, timers, and reminders to hit launch again. Starting at $184,000, this is Dodge's loud, unapologetic war cry on wheels. Number 11, 2021 Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk. The 2021 Grand Cherokee Trackhawk is the kind of machine that rewrites the rulebook for SUVs. Under the hood, it carries the infamous 6.2-liter supercharged Hellcat V8, a monster pushing out 707 horsepower and 645 pound-feet of torque. That kind of force launches this 5,356-pound heavyweight from 0 to 60 miles per hour in a staggering 3.5 seconds, and it storms through the quarter mile in just 11.6 seconds. Numbers like that belong to supercars, yet here they sit inside a family-sized Jeep. The engineering is equally ruthless. Jeep's Quadra-Track system locks the center clutch for flawless takeoffs, while Bilstein adaptive dampers keep body roll in check. Massive 295-section Pirelli Scorpion Zeros cling to the asphalt, and 6-piston Brembos clamp down on 15.7-inch front rotors, bigger than those on a Dodge Viper, to bring it from 60 miles per hour to 0 in only 114 feet. That's supercar stopping power. And yet, this Trackhawk doesn't quit when the track lights go out. With a 7,200-pound towing capacity and enough cargo space for a family road trip, it balances brute strength with real-world utility. Inside, the cabin turns into a luxury suite with Laguna leather sport buckets, suede headline, and an 8.4-inch Uconnect system serving as both command center and performance lab. Timers, boost gauges, and G-meters all whisper the same message: push harder. This isn't just an SUV. It's Jeep proving it can marry ferocity with refinement in one unforgettable package. Number 10. 2025 Mercedes-AMG GLC 63 SE Performance. The 2025 AMG GLC 63 SE Performance rewrites the rulebook for performance SUVs. 0 to 60 miles per hour arrives in just 3.4 seconds, outpacing the old V8 by 0.3 of a second. But the shock isn't just speed, it's how it gets there. Power comes from a 2.0-liter turbocharged inline-4 with F1-derived tech paired with a 201 horsepower electric motor at the rear. Together, the duo delivers 671 horsepower and 752 pound-feet of torque, tearing down the quarter mile in 11.5 seconds. Its 6.1 kilowatt-hour battery behaves more like a supercapacitor, topping up from 25% to full after just 7 miles of driving. Then, with the press of the pedal, it unleashes an 80 kilowatt burst of overboost for 10 seconds, like hitting a hidden nitrous shot. Even with hybrid gear on board, weight stays balanced at 5,181 pounds. Adaptive dampers, rear-wheel steering, and composite brakes that stop from 60 miles per hour in just 107 feet give it agility and control that seem impossible for an SUV of this size. Step inside and the experience becomes theater. A 12.3-inch digital cluster syncs with an 11.9-inch portrait touchscreen, pulsing with the zero-layer interface. Ambient lighting flows with every mode, while microfiber-wrapped sport buckets grip tight, daring the driver to push harder. This is AMG proving that electricity doesn't tame performance. It makes it even more ferocious. Number 9. 2025 Bentley Bentayga Speed. The 2025 Bentley Bentayga Speed is an SUV that laughs at physics. At nearly 5,500 pounds, it shouldn't sprint like a sports car, yet it rockets from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 3.4 seconds. The fastest production Bentley ever built, matching the pace of a Porsche 911 Carrera S. Gone is the old W12, replaced by a twin-turbo 4.0-liter V8, delivering 641 horsepower and 627 pound-feet of torque. The turbos sit inside a hot V designed to kill lag, while an 8-speed automatic and rear-biased all-wheel drive unleash power with brutal precision. It bends the rules of handling too. Rear axle steering swings the back wheels up to 5 degrees opposite the fronts under 37 miles per hour, giving this massive SUV the agility of a coupe, then flips in phase at highway speeds for rock-solid stability. Bentley's 48-volt dynamic ride system tightens anti-roll bars in 0.3 seconds, keeping corners flat where rivals would lean. Stopping is just as outrageous. Optional carbon ceramic brakes. The largest Bentley has ever fitted bite down with 10-piston calipers behind 23-inch forged wheels. A racing speed like a supercar. Step inside and the aggression turns into elegance. Diamond-quilted leather, dynamic suede, and speed embroidery set the tone, while a 1,780-watt 20-speaker Dolby Atmos system builds a private concert hall. The titanium Akrapovic exhaust thunders when sport mode is tapped, yet massaging seats and crystal-cut switchgear remind you this is luxury first. All of it comes at a price, about $260,000 before options, a figure that feels both excessive and entirely justified. Number 8. 2025 BMW XM Label Red. The 2025 BMW XM Label Red is less of an SUV and more of a shockwave on wheels. With 738 horsepower and an equal 738 pound-feet of torque, it stands as the most powerful production BMW ever built. At its heart sits a 4.4-liter twin-turbo V8 delivering 611 horses, seamlessly paired with a 177-horsepower electric motor hidden inside the 8-speed M-Steptronic transmission. The result? A plug-in hybrid that can glide for 25 miles in near silence, then unleash a fury that pushes past 175 miles per hour when fitted with the M-Drivers package. The engineering wizardry doesn't stop at straight-line speed. Launch control primes a rear-biased MX-Drive system for brutal takeoffs, while integral active steering pivots the rear wheels up to 2.5 degrees, making this 6,140-pound machine feel unexpectedly nimble. Add in 48-volt active roll stabilization and optional M-carbon ceramic brakes with giant 17.3-inch front rotors, and the XM Label Red pulls off something that defies its size: flat, fierce cornering, and lightning-fast stops from 124 miles per hour in just 330 feet. Step inside, and it's like entering both a nightclub and a cockpit. Deep red merino leather stitched in M colors, vintage quilted inserts, a prism-lit headliner, and a curved iDrive 9 display create a setting as dramatic as the performance. The $187,900 starting price seals its status. The most outrageous and unapologetic BMW SUV ever. Number 7. 2025 Audi RS Q8 Performance. Audi's RS Q8 Performance is rewriting what a family SUV can do. This machine blasts from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 3.3 seconds and crushes the quarter mile in 11.6 seconds, speeds usually reserved for low-slung sports cars. Under the hood sits a reworked 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8, pumping out 631 horsepower and 627 pound-feet of torque, paired with an 8-speed automatic and Audi's Quattro all-wheel drive. Launch control makes the 5,388-pound SUV leap off the line, and with rear axle steering, it feels shockingly agile for something so heavy. Engineering tricks keep it composed when the pace climbs. A 48-volt active anti-roll system keeps corners flat, while massive 17.3-inch carbon ceramic brakes can stop it from 60 miles per hour in just 98 feet. A distance that puts it in sports car territory. Even the wheels are purpose-built, with 23-inch forged rims shaving 11 pounds each to sharpen response. And when the titanium exhaust sings in RS mode, Even a school run feels like practice laps at the Nürburgring. The interior balances the madness with elegance. Quilted Valcona leather seats, Audi's tri-screen MMI setup with a 12.3-inch virtual cockpit and a 17-speaker Bang & Olufsen 3D system that turns every drive into a concert hall. Starting at $137,495, the RS Q8 Performance offers Lamborghini Urus pace while keeping $60,000 in the bank. Number 6. 2025 Ferrari Purosangue. Ferrari's first SUV, the 2025 Purosangue, isn't just another luxury family hauler. It's a 4-seat supercar disguised with practicality. This machine launches to 60 miles per hour in just 3.2 seconds and doesn't stop until it hits 193 miles per hour. At its heart beats a 6.5-liter naturally aspirated V12, cranking out 715 horsepower and 528 pound-feet of torque, screaming past 8,200 RPM. Power flows through an 8-speed dual-clutch gearbox with a rear-biased all-wheel drive system, giving it the ferocity of a Ferrari with the confidence of a Grand Tourer. The engineering is just as wild as the numbers. Instead of traditional anti-roll bars, the Purosangue uses Multimatic's active dampers, adjusting 20 times every second. The result? A 10% boost in cornering grip and a ride height that lowers during launch to claw at the pavement. Four-wheel steering makes a 4,800-pound SUV feel nimble, while carbon ceramic brakes erase speed with shocking force. Step inside and the drama continues. Carbon arcs frame the cockpit, suede hugs the seats, and twin 10.2-inch displays keep driver and passenger equally entertained. A Manatino dial sits at the ready, while the 8,250 RPM whale provides the soundtrack. Even the 16.7 cubic feet of cargo space whispers Ferrari flair. Just enough room for helmets and champagne. Starting at $423,000, the Purosangue turns everyday practicality into a V12-powered spectacle. Number 5. 2025 Lamborghini Urus SE Hybrid. Lamborghini has just unleashed a machine that rewrites what an SUV can be. The Urus SE Hybrid isn't only quicker, it's cleaner too. With a staggering 789 horsepower and 701 pound-feet of torque, it hurls its 5,500-pound frame from 0 to 60 in 3.2 seconds and blasts past 100 miles per hour in less than 9. That speed comes with an 80% cut in emissions, thanks to a 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8 working hand-in-hand with a 189 horsepower electric motor. A 25.9 kilowatt-hours battery even allows 37 miles of whisper-quiet electric cruising. But switch modes and the instant torque hits like a jolt of lightning. The way it handles is just as jaw-dropping. Rear-wheel steering makes hairpins feel effortless, while 48-volt active anti-roll bars keep the SUV flat through corners. Torque vectoring all-wheel drive lets it cling to the road with 1.1 grams of grip, and carbon ceramic brakes, bigger than those on a Porsche 911 GT3, haul it down from insane speeds without breaking a sweat. Step inside, and it's all drama. Twin 12.3-inch displays glow across the cabin. Hexagonal vents frame every detail, and the fighter jet-style start switch dares you to fire it up. From wild color schemes in leather and Alcantara to sustainable hides, it's a Lamborghini playground. In EV mode, it whispers. In Corsa, the titanium exhaust thunders. Starting price, $258,000. Number 4. 2025 Porsche Cayenne Turbo GT Coupe. The 2025 Porsche Cayenne Turbo GT Coupe is rewriting the rules for performance SUVs. This machine doesn't just move, it attacks the road. With a 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8 roaring out 650 horsepower and 626 pound-feet of torque, it surges to 60 miles per hour in just 3.1 seconds, edging past the Lamborghini Urus SE Hybrid. Top speed? A blistering 190 miles per hour. All that power flows through an 8-speed Tiptronic S into a rear-biased all-wheel drive system that grips like it's glued to the asphalt with starting price of $210,600. Every detail is engineered for speed. The carbon roof wing, active aero flaps, and a titanium exhaust carve 55 pounds from the Turbo E Hybrid's weight. Suspension tuning drops the ride height by 7.8 inches in Sport Plus, making it hug corners with a sharpness borrowed from Porsche's GT3. Rear axle steering, pivoting up to 5 degrees, makes a 5,000-pound SUV turn like a sports car. When it's time to stop, massive 17.3-inch carbon ceramic brakes crush speed from 124 miles per hour in just 330 feet, lap after lap with no fade. Step inside, and the tone shifts. The cabin blends luxury with raw motorsport focus. 18-way Alcantara sport seats, a curved 12.6-inch digital cluster, and Porsche's Track Precision app recording lap times down to the 100th. A 1,455-watt Burmester 3D audio system competes with the thunder outside, but most drivers know the V8's bark is the real soundtrack. Number 3. 2025 Aston Martin DBX 707. The 2025 Aston Martin DBX 707 isn't just fast, it rewrites what an SUV can be. 0 to 60 in 3.1 seconds, then charging all the way to 193 miles per hour. It outpaces nearly everything else wearing an SUV badge. The secret lies under that clamshell hood. A 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8 borrowed from AMG, tuned with Black Series-grade hardware, pushing out a brutal 697 horsepower and 664 pound-feet of torque. A rear-biased all-wheel drive system even lets it send everything to the back for power slides that belong on magazine covers. The tech hiding underneath is just as wild. A 48-volt active roll system reacts in 0.003 of a second to keep this heavyweight flat in corners, while triple-chamber air springs constantly adjust ride height. When it's time to slow down from Autobahn speeds, carbon ceramic brakes clamp down with supercar-level force. Inside, Aston turned the refresh into a showcase of both performance and luxury. The old infotainment wheel is gone, replaced with Aston's own software on a sharp 10.25-inch touchscreen and a 12.3-inch digital cluster. Wireless CarPlay, over-the-air updates, and even built-in track telemetry keep things cutting edge. The cabin itself feels like a private concert hall, with Bridge of Weir leather, forged carbon trim, and a 23-speaker Bowers & Wilkins Dolby Atmos system. Starting at $249,000, every DBX now comes in 707 spec, effectively handing over Aston Martin's flagship engineering straight from Gaydon. School run? More like a supercar parade with SUV practicality. Number 2. 2025 Rivian R1S. The 2025 Rivian R1S takes the family SUV playbook and rewrites it with electric firepower, off-road grit, and luxury polish. Prices stretch from $78,450 to $107,700, and the upgrades for this model year are significant enough for Rivian to call it a second generation. The headline news is power. The dual motor setup delivers 553 horsepower, or 665 with the Performance tune. But the real fireworks come from the new tri-motor's 850 horsepower and 103 pound-feet of torque. Step up again, and the quad motor unleashes 1,050 horsepower and a staggering 1,198 pound-feet, sending the R1S to 60 miles per hour in as little as 2.8 seconds. Faster than some supercars, in a 7-seat SUV that weighs nearly 7,000 pounds. Range also impresses, with the Max Pack providing up to 410 miles, while fast charging at 220 kilowatt can add most of that back in 30 to 40 minutes. The R1S doesn't just accelerate, it adapts. Air suspension delivers 15 inches of ground clearance for trails, while revised dampers and roll control tame body motions at speed. Off-road, Rivian's one motor per wheel setup in the quad motor mimics locking differentials, keeping momentum alive even when traction is scarce. Inside, the cabin blends adventure with refinement. Contemporary wood and leather, 2 expansive screens, and seating for 7 meet real-world utility. 12 cubic feet up front, 49 behind the second row, and a split tailgate that doubles as a perch. Add in Rivian's new autonomy platform with 11 cameras and AI-driven prediction, and the R1S emerges as more than an EV. It's an all-terrain luxury flagship with speed, stamina, and smarts. Number 1. 2025 Tesla Model X Plaid. The 2025 Tesla Model X still stands as one of the most dramatic ways to move 7 people at supercar pace. Even the standard dual-motor all-wheel drive version with 670 horsepower hurls this 5,594-pound SUV to 60 miles per hour in just 2.5 seconds and stretches its legs to 329 miles of EPA estimated range. Step up to the tri-motor Plaid and the number climbs to 1,020 horsepower, with Tesla claiming 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds, numbers that rival hypercars, though range dips slightly to around 314 miles. Prices start at $86,630, with Plaid models pushing past $101,000. Charging remains Tesla's ace card. Access to the brand's supercharger network means long trips feel more seamless than with many rivals. And while home charging takes longer, Tesla's in-house wall connectors keep things convenient. Efficiency also stays ahead of most competitors, with the base Model X rated at 103 mpge city and 94 highway. Open the Falcon Wing doors though, and the picture gets more complicated. The cabin feels futuristic with its giant glass roof, massive touchscreen, and yoke-style steering controller, but material quality lags behind its six-figure price. At least there's room, 13 cubic feet behind the third row, expanding to 68 with seats folded, plus a useful 7 cu-feet front trunk. Every Model X comes with autopilot as standard, and full self-driving can be optioned, though it's far from fully autonomous. Starting at under $90,000, it remains an odd but intoxicating mix. Part family hauler, part quarter-mile assassin, all wrapped in the quirks that make Tesla impossible to ignore. And that wraps up our list of the fastest SUVs of 2025. It's clear that the lines between a family car and a supercar have never been more blurred. If you enjoyed this ride and want to stay up to date with the latest in automotive speed and innovation, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more content just like this.